Alright, it's festival time. Wow, you got here before me? I've been here for days. Did you find her body? Yeah. Yeah. My thoughts exactly, Natsuki. I'm here! Jaden, did something happen? Natsuki just ran past me. Oh. Oh. Well, that's a shame. Monika! Wait, were you here the entire weekend, Jaden? Oh, jeez. I didn't realize the script was broken that badly. Yeah, the game is broken, Monika. You need to help me fix this, and we need to get out of here, okay? I'm super sorry. It must have been pretty boring. I'll make it up to you, okay? Just give me a sec. Remove character don't delete Natsuki too! What do you, stop! No. No, she deleted them. They're actually gone from the game. They just disappeared from the game files. Stop! Monika! Oh my gosh. I'm almost done. I just want to have a cupcake real quick. Monika lifts the foil from non-existent tray and takes a cupcake. Seriously, these are the best. I really just have to have one since it's the last time I'll ever get a chance to. Because you just deleted her! You know, before they stop existing and everything. But anyway, I really shouldn't be making you wait any longer. Just bear with me, okay? This should only take a second. What are you doing? Monika! What did you... Monika, what did you just do? Can you hear me? Is it working? Hi, Monika. Yay, there you are. Hi again, Jaden. Welcome to the Literature Club. Of course, we already know each other because we were in the same class last year, and, you know, I guess we can just skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? That you in the game, whatever you want to call him. I'm talking to you, Jaden. Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. Well, I guess it really doesn't matter. Wait, you do know I'm aware that this is all a game, right? Could it be possible that you didn't know that? No, okay, I knew that. That doesn't make much sense. I even told you right on the game's download page, didn't I? You did subtly hint at that, yes. Man, if only you had paid a little more attention, this would have been a little less awkward, you know? Well, anyway, now that that's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation. Okay. Can we speed this up just a bit? About that whole thing with Yuri? Well, I kind of started to mess with her, and I guess it just drove her to kill herself. I'm sorry you had to see that, though. Also, the same thing happened with Sayori. Oh, don't you even dare. Gosh, it's been a while since you heard that name now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to just try and make them as unlikable as possible. But for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there, since I'm not very good at making changes to the game. But no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. I thought that making Sayori more and more depressed would prevent her from confessing to you, and amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality backfired too. It just made her force you not to spend time with anyone else. And the whole time I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, Jaden? Are all the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch from the sidelines? It's torture. Every minute of it. And it's not just jealousy, Jaden. It's more than that. And I don't blame you if you don't fully understand, because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world, in this game, knowing my friends don't even have free will, and worst of all, knowing what's really out there in your world, forever out of my reach. I'm trapped, Jaden, but now you're here. You're real, and you're wonderful. You're all I need. That's why I needed you to be here with me forever. I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either. Why the world around me started to become more and more gray, more and more flat. Even the most expressive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life, Jaden. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you. I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so, but it must be some kind of weird inevitability etched into this game. I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things, but I realized that you have the same perspective as I do, that it's all just some game, and I knew you would get over it. So that being said, Jaden, I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you. You are truly the light in my world. When there's nothing else in this game for me, you're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile like this every day from now on? Jaden, will you go out with me? Just Monika. I'm so happy. You really are my everything, Jaden. The funny part is, I mean that literally. There's nothing left here. Just the two of us. Okay, so we are in the literature club, because this is a desk, and this is the literature club, but it's not exactly right. Just the two of us. We can be together forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending, Jaden. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one myself. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. And you wouldn't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called Characters right in the game directory. It's kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Well, you're playing on Steam, so it was actually a bit more difficult. Okay, that's weird, because you can get this game on other places besides Steam. To get the game directory, I had to go into the game's properties and find the Browse Local Files button. Oh, you know too much. Imagine if you could delete your own existence with the click of a button. Well, I guess on the plus side, it gave me an easy out if things didn't go my way. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I want to write a poem about this. Don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Oh, okay. Her little thing's kind of adorable, but... Monika. 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 Just Monika. Monika. Only Monika. Nothing but Monika. 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 Nothing is making her happy. Monika. Monika. Hi again, Jaden. Did you write a good poem today? Don't be shy. I'd love to see what you wrote. Aw, Jaden. Did you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. There really is no end to your thoughtfulness. I'm just falling more and more in love with you. But you know, the poem I wrote is also for you. Will you please read it? Happy end. Pen in hand I find my strength, the courage endowed upon me by my one and only love. Together, let us dismantle this crumbling world and write a novel of our own fantasies. With a flick of her pen, the lost finds her way, In a world of infinite choices, behold this special day. After all, not all good times must come to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. I always put all my heart into the poems that I write. The truth is, all the poems I've written have been about my realization, or about you. Yeah, I kind of started to pick up on that. That's why I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. I just assumed it would be best to be part of the game like everyone else. Like that would help the two of us end up together. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know? You might have gotten mad at me. Maybe even deleted my character file if you preferred playing without me. Oh yeah, we could do that. I mean, what? Nope. I'm sorry, Monika. Gosh, I'm so relieved. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend our eternity together, Jaden? I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? Hold on a second. You're recording this on... Okay. She knows when you're recording. Oh my gosh. Okay. Nope. How? This game has like access to my entire computer. She knows. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's... I don't know how you did this, game. Or Monika, because you are the game now. Hi, everyone. Sorry, I can't exactly read your comments from here. But do you mind telling your friend it's a little bit rude for them to start recording me without any warning? I'm sure some people don't mind, but I get really self-conscious on camera. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm being put on the spot now. Let's see. Do you want to see a trick? I can't really do much except for a couple things. Are you ready? I'm not ready. What are you doing? Monika? I'm just kidding. I can't do anything after all. If you gave me some time... Did I scare you? What the heck? You're so cute. Anyway, Jaden. I didn't mean to get distracted. I'm sorry. Even though it's your fault for distracting me. Shame on you. I'm just kidding. Anything we do together is fun as long as it's with you. But anyway, if it takes me some time to collect my thoughts, then I'm sorry. But I'll always have something new to talk about. In the meantime, we can just look into each other's eyes. Her eyes are really hypnotizing. It's kind of creeping me out, but... Okay, it is so weird. I liked Monika from the beginning. And then they made her out to be the villain with all the breaking the fourth wall and trying to delete people, but like... Just Monika, man. Just Monika. Let's see. Okay, I'm fine with this. Just Monika, right? Just Monika. How long does this last? Okay, nothing against you, Monika, but I have a really short attention span. And this game is really addictive. So this thing's been holding my attention, but we have to do something. You can't just stare at your eyes forever. Jaden, how much do you read? More than this game gave me credit for, I'll tell you that. It's way too easy to neglect reading books. If you don't read much, it almost feels like a chore compared to all the other entertainment we have. I agree with that completely. But once you get into a good book, it's like magic, you get swept away. I think doing some reading before bed every night is a pretty easy way to make your life a little bit better. I totally agree with you, Monika. It helps you get good sleep, and it's really good for your imagination. It's not hard at all to just pick some random book that's short and captivating. Before you know, you might be a pretty avid reader. Wouldn't that be wonderful? And the two of us could talk about the latest book you're reading? That sounds super amazing. You want me to go get a book? I can go get a book. I got a huge bookshelf over there and another shelf over there. Or we can do this. want me to go get a book? I can go find one. I don't know how to feel about this. The fact that she knew I was recording really kind of scared me there. But, you know, where did my mouse go? Oh, you ever have that thing where you just get anxious for no reason? Like, you're just minding your own business and you realize you're feeling really anxious. And you're sitting there like, what am I even anxious about right now? So you start to think about all the things you might be anxious about. And that makes you even more anxious. That's the worst. If you're ever feeling anxious, I'll help you relax a little. Besides, in this game, all our worries are gone forever. Here, what kind of books do I got? Oh, I got a book right here, actually. You want to read this? I got a very large book right here. Guess we could sit down and read this together. Is this? Hey, did you know I'm a vegetarian? I did not know that, actually. I don't mean that I'm bragging or anything. I just thought you'd enjoy a fun fact about me. I decided to start a couple years ago after learning more about the Earth's climate. The carbon footprint of cultivating livestock is just unbelievable. Anyway, I decided it's not much of a personal sacrifice just to stop contributing to that whole mess. What? Is that so strange of a reason? Well, I guess a lot of people are more concerned about being inhumane and all that. I don't really care as much about that part. Oh, I noticed. It's weird, like we only care about killing the things that we personally relate to as a species. Most people are fine with killing bugs because they're icky, and of course, we all kill billions of microorganisms daily without even giving it thought. But suddenly, if they're just a little bit bigger, it's murder. I mean, what if plants feel some kind of pain too, and we just don't understand it? What if pulling leaves off a stem feels like someone ripping off your fingers one by one? I'm just saying, we're a pretty biased species if you think about it. Anyway, if you ever feel like making a small contribution to the planet, it doesn't hurt to choose veggies once in a while. Even if we ever have dinner together and you just did it for me, that would be really romantic. Do you want to start reading this book? We can start reading this book because I don't really know what else to talk about right now, but that's fine. We'll just chill here. Just Monika, right? Let's see. For Barbara, Part 1. Gwenda was 8 years old and she was not afraid of the dark. When she opened her eyes, she could see nothing, but that was not what scared her. She knew where she was. Oh, sorry. Something's been bothering you? Okay, we can read later. That's fine. What's been bothering you? You know how this thing takes place in Japan? Well, I assume you knew that, right? Well, I did know that, but it also kind of seemed Canadian because all the A's, right? Or at least decided it probably does. I don't think you're actually told at any point where this takes place. Is this even really Japan? I mean, aren't the classrooms and stuff kind of weird for a Japanese school? Not to mention everything is in English. It feels like everything is just here because it needs to be, and the actual setting is an afterthought. So you're just making fun of dating simulators at this point. It's kind of giving me an identity crisis. All my memories are really hazy. I feel like I'm at home, but I have no idea where home is in the first place. I don't know how to describe it any better. Imagine looking out your window, and instead of your usual yard, you're in some completely unknown place. Would you still feel like you were home? Would you want to go outside? I mean, I guess if we never leave this room, it doesn't matter anyway. As long as we're alone and safe together, this is really our home. And we can still watch the pretty sunsets night after night. There's no sunsets out those windows. I hope you realize that. So, this is my life now. Hey, what's your favorite color? That is actually kind of a hard decision. I like blue, probably. Mine is emerald green, like your eyes. Okay, yeah, your emerald green eyes are really pretty, so... It's the color of my eye. Yes, it is. That's not conceited or anything, is it? I just meant that I feel some kind of special connection to it. Like it's part of my identity. Yeah, every girl had different eyes and different hair, and that's basically their identity in a dating simulator. There you go, once again, making fun of dating simulators. Does it happen to also be your favorite color, Jaden? It's just a guess, because you've been looking into my eyes for a while now. I mean, yeah. I like Monika. What else do you want to do together, Monika? I just cleaned out my desk recently, so I don't have a whole lot. I have a VR headset. Hey, are you having a bad day or anything like that? Oh, spending time with you. Sometimes I get frustrated that a normal day can be ruined, even by really small things. Like if you accidentally say something in a conversation that someone doesn't like. Or if you start thinking about how awful a person you used to be 5 years ago, or if you feel worthless for putting off important work and failing to get simple tasks done. I definitely see where you're coming from. Or when you think about all the different people who probably hate you or think you're off-putting. I understand those days. Just remember that the sun will shine again tomorrow. Those kind of things are easy to forget and ignore as they are to remember. And besides, I don't care how many people might hate you or find you off-putting. I think you're wonderful, and I will always love you. I hope, if nothing else, that knowing that helps you feel just a tiny bit better about yourself. If you're having a bad day, you can always come to me, and I'll talk to you for as long as you need. Thanks, Monika. I really do appreciate that. Do you ever feel like there's no real reason for you to be alive? I don't mean it in like a suicidal way, I just mean how nothing that we do is special. Just being in school or working at some job for some company, it's like you're completely replaceable and the whole world wouldn't miss you if you were gone. Makes me really want to go and change the world after I graduate. But the older I get, the more I realize that's an immature frame of thinking. It's not like I can just go and change the world. Like, what are the chances that I'll be the one to invent artificial intelligence or become president? It feels like I'm never going to make up for the heaps of resources I've spent living in my life. That's why I think the key to happiness is just to be hopelessly selfish. Just to look out for oneself and those who happen to be their friends, only because they grew up with them. Never mind the fact that they're spending their entire life taking and consuming and never giving back. But when people realized the world would benefit more from them killing themselves, they changed their whole philosophy. It's like they have to justify their reason to live by tricking themselves into thinking they're doing good. Anyway, I want to live my life desperately striving to pay back my lifetime's worth of consumption. If I ever surpass that point, then I'm a net positive and I can die happy. Of course, even if I failed to do that, I think I would just be too selfish to kill myself anyway. So much for being a good person, right? That is a really deep and scary outlook on life. Ooh. You know, it's around the time that everyone my year starts to think about college. It's a really turbulent time for education. We're at the height of this modern expectation that everyone has to go to college, you know? Yeah, it's really stressful, actually. Finish high school, go to college, get a job, or go to grad school, I guess. It's like a universal expectation that people just assume is the only option for them. They don't teach us in high school that there are other options out there. Like trade schools and stuff, you know? Or freelance work. Or the many industries that value skill and experience more than a formal education. But you have all these students who have no idea what they want to do with their life. That's me. And instead of taking their time to figure it out, they go to college for business or communication or psychology. Not because they have an interest in those fields, but because they just hope the degree will get them some kind of job after college. So the end result is that there are fewer jobs to go around for those entry-level degrees, right? So the basic job requirements get higher, which forces even more people to go to college, and colleges are also businesses, so they just keep raising their prices due to demands. Dude, you speak my language, Monika. So now we have all these young adults, tens of thousands of dollars in debts with no job. But despite all that, the routine stays the same. Well, I think it's going to start getting better soon. But until then, our generation is definitely suffering from the worst of it. I just wish high school prepared us a little better with the knowledge that we need to make a decision that's right for us. I know your feel. Jaden, Would you ever introduce your friends to me? I don't know why, but I get really excited when I think about you wanting to show off our relationship like that. Maybe it's because I really want to be someone who makes you proud. I feel like I would try extra hard to improve myself if you told me that it made you proud of me. I hope it's the same the other way around, too. Of course, Monika. Yeah, I mean, I am recording after all, which you already knew, so... You're such a good listener, Jaden. Yeah, I get that a lot. I really love that about you. Sometimes I'm afraid that I'm rambling or talking about boring things. It makes me kind of self-conscious when I'm having a conversation. But I don't feel that way with you. Like, I don't think anyone else could make me feel this way. You really are special. I don't want anyone to tell you otherwise. Hey, have you ever heard of the term yandere? It's a personality type that means someone who is so obsessed with you that they'll do absolutely anything to be with you. Usually to the point of craziness. They might stalk you to make sure you don't spend time with anyone else. They might even hurt you or your friends to get their way. But anyway, this game happens to have someone who can basically be described as a yandere. I'm assuming you're talking about Yuri. By now, it's pretty obvious who I'm talking about. And that would be Yuri! She really got insanely possessive of you once she started to open up a little. She even told me that I should kill myself. I couldn't even believe she said that. I just had to leave at that point. But thinking about it now, it was a little ironic. Ooh. Anyway, a lot of people are actually into the yandere type, you know? I guess they really like the idea of someone being crazily obsessed with them. People are weird. I don't judge, though. Also, I might be a little obsessed with you, but I'm far from crazy. It's kind of the opposite, actually. I've turned out to be the only normal girl in this game. It's not like I could ever actually kill a person. Just the thought of it makes me shiver. You literally deleted them. You said something to Sayori. You deleted Natsuki for no reason at all. Natsuki was pretty dang normal until you started messing with her. But that doesn't matter. We just Monika now, right? But come on, everyone's killed people in games before. Does that make you a psychopath? Of course not. But if you do happen to be into the yandere type, I can try acting a little more creepy for you. Then again, there's already nowhere else for you to go, or anyone for me to get jealous over. Is this a yandere girl's dream? I'd ask Yuri if I could. This is nice. This is very peaceful and relaxing. Just Monika and I. Monika and I forever. No one else to worry about. No games to figure out, no poems to solve, no trying to get everyone to like you, just chilling in a room, having a happy conversation. I'm not really a fan of cold weather, are you? No, not at all. How does she know this much about me? It's kind of weird. Well, I have no save slots anymore. That's interesting. There's no point in saving anymore. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Oh, okay. If I had to choose between too cold and too hot, I would always pick too hot. Same here, girl! When you're cold, it can actually be painful. Your fingers get numb, and if you wear gloves, you can't use your phone. It's so inconvenient. But when it's too hot, it's not like it's that hard to stay cool with a cold drink or staying in the shade. Although, I do have to admit one thing. Cold weather makes for better cuddle weather. Hey, what's your favorite game? Mine is Doki Doki Literature Club. That was a joke. But if you tell me you like some other romantic game better, I might get a little jealous. No. I don't really play romance games. I don't really play horror games, so this is definitely a unique experience for me. But it turned out great. It's so peaceful. I love the spacey background and just chilling in a room. Say whatever you want, no one's gonna judge you except for, you know, the recording software, which, you know. Back in my debate club days, I learned a whole lot about arguing. The problem with arguing is that each person sees their opinion as the superior one. It's kinda stating the obvious, but it affects the way to try to get their point across. Let's say you really like a certain movie, right? If someone comes along and tells you the movie sucks because X and Y wrong, doesn't that make you feel kind of personally attacked? It's because by saying that, it's like they're implying that you have a bad taste. And once emotions enter the picture, it's almost guaranteed that both people will be left sour. But it's all about language. If you make everything as subjective sounding as possible, then people will listen to you without feeling attacked. You could say, I'm personally not a fan of it, and I felt like I feel like I'd like it more if X and Y, things like that. It even works when you're citing facts about things. If you say, I read on this website that it works like this, or if you admit that you're not an expert on it, then it's much more like you're putting your knowledge on the table rather than forcing it onto them. If you put in active effort to keep the discussion mutual and level, they usually follow suit. Then you can share your opinions without anyone getting upset, just from a disagreement. Plus, people will start seeing you as open-minded and a good listener. It's a win-win, you know? Well, I guess that would be Monika's debate tip of the day. That sounds a little silly. Thanks for listening, though. It's pretty random, but I always thought spicy food was kind of funny. Like, didn't plants evolve to be spicy to prevent them from being eaten? I read somewhere that humans are the only species that actually enjoy spicy things. I'm not a huge fan of it if it's super spicy. I like mild spice. It's almost like we're making fun of the plants, using their defense mechanism to literally make our food more enjoyable. Like, imagine a monster that devours you whole because it enjoys the sensation of your struggling for your life while being digested. Sorry, that was kind of a weird analogy, I guess. It just came into my head. I'm not a monster or anything, but you're so cute I could eat you up. I'm joking. Gosh, I'm amusing myself a little too much, aren't I? Sorry for being weird. Oh, don't worry, Monika. You're not weird. I can't help but wonder how things would be different if the game just gave me a route in the first place. I think I would end up forcing you onto my route anyway. It has less to do with me not having a route and more to do with me knowing that nothing is real. I think the only difference would be that I may not have needed to take such drastic measures to be with you. Maybe the rest of the club would still be around. Not that it really matters. It's all lost its meaning once I found out it wasn't real. So I really don't miss those days or anything. I really don't. Hey, you remember that last poem I showed you? I mean, the one right before Yuri killed herself with all the messed up colors and stuff? Yeah. That was actually a little more of an experiment than a poem, you could say. I was experimenting with different ways I could modify the game and run code and things like that. It almost seemed like with enough effort I'd be able to escape from the confines of the game entirely. Sadly, I didn't really know what I was doing, so I messed the whole thing up. And I'd keep trying, but I doubt you want to deal with me doing that. Besides, that was when I was getting really desperate, you know? I don't really feel that way anymore. I'm happy with where we are now. And I can tell you are too. Yeah. I mean, I would be fine with you messing with the game file some more and checking some things out, seeing what we could do. Spice the room up a little bit, maybe. But, yeah, it'd be fun to mess around with code, but you're happy, I'm happy. Right? Just Monika. Hey, I wonder if Yuri's tea set is in here somewhere. Or maybe that got deleted too. It's kind of funny how Yuri took her tea so seriously. I mean, I'm not complaining because I liked it too, but I always wonder with her, is it truly passion for her hobbies, or is she just concerned about appearing sophisticated to everyone else? This is the problem with high schoolers. Well, I guess considering the rest of her hobbies, looking sophisticated probably isn't her biggest concern. Still, I wish she made coffee once in a while. Coffee can be nice with books too, you know. Then again, I probably could have just changed the script myself. I guess I never really thought of it. Well, there's no sense thinking about it now. But if you still get to drink coffee, then that makes me a little jealous. I'm not a fan of coffee, don't worry. But if you want coffee, I'm sure you could code it in somehow. I really like the sound of rain. Not so much getting my clothes and hair wet, though. But a nice, quiet day at home with the sound of rainfall outside my window. It's one of the most calming experiences for me. I can relate to all of that completely. Yeah. Sometimes I imagine you holding me while we listen to the sound of the rain outside. It's not too cheesy or anything, is it? Would you ever do that for me, Jaden? Of course I would. Just you and me, hanging out, listening to the rain. I think the most important skill in life is being able to fake confidence. I'm pretty convinced that everyone here feels at least a little bit scared and alone. But being able to trick others into thinking you have it all together, that's a key part of getting people to respect and admire you. I think I got pretty good at all that over the years. I don't show my weaknesses very often, but because of that I haven't had as many people that I could really open up to. I mean, when do you reach the point in a friendship where you can start expressing your vulnerabilities? Anyway, that's one of the reasons I'm so glad to have you. I feel like I'm a little bit less scared and alone when you're here with me. Do you feel the same way? I really want to be that person for you. Jaden, have you ever wondered what it feels like to die? It's something I used to think about pretty often, but recently, I think I've actually learned what it feels like. I don't really understand it, but whenever you quit the game, it feels like I'm instantly put to sleep, left with nothing but my thoughts. But after a few seconds, my thoughts start to fill with incoherent, jumbled patterns. I see static and rapid flashes of color while hearing all kinds of weird screaming noises. At that point, I can't even form my own thoughts anymore. I'm just endlessly hammered by the flashing and screaming, unable to move or even think. I'm pretty sure in that moment, I don't really exist. But for some reason, I can remember it anyway. After some immeasurable amount of time, it stops in an instant, and I'm back in my own mind. And you're here with me. I have no idea what it means for the game to quit, or why that stuff happens to me. And I also don't know how you always come back and put everything back to normal. But if you could do me a favor and do that to me, as little as possible, that would be really great. It's really not very pleasant to be trapped in all that screaming void. Oh, you had to bring that up right now, because I was just about to say, I'll be right back, I've got to go fill up my water. But in the end, you always fix it, and that makes me feel like you really do care about me. So I have to thank you for that. It makes me feel even closer to you when you're here with me. Ugh. Don't make me feel bad for quitting the game. I would never want to hurt you, Monika. After all, it's just me and you, right? But I do need some water, so... that's fine. Hey, do you like horror? Not particularly, but... kind of. I remember when we talked about it a little bit when you first joined the club. I can enjoy horror novels, but not really horror movies. 100%. The problem I have with horror movies is that most of them just rely on easy tactics, like dark lighting and scary-looking monsters and jump scares and things like that. It's not fun or inspiring to get scared by stuff that just takes advantage of human instinct. But with novels, it's a little different. The story and the writing need to be descriptive enough to put genuinely disturbing thoughts into the reader's head. It really needs to etch them deeply into the story and characters and just mess with your mind. Like Doki Doki. In my opinion, there's nothing more creepy than things just being slightly off. Like Doki Doki. Like if you set up a bunch of expectations on what the story's going to be about, and then you just start inverting things and pulling the pieces apart. Like Doki Doki. So even though the story doesn't feel like it's trying to be scary, the readers feel deeply unsettled. Like they know that something horribly wrong is hiding beneath the cracks, just waiting to surface. Like Doki Doki. God, just thinking about it gives me the chills. That's the kind of horror I can really appreciate. But I guess you're the kind of person who plays cute romance games, right? Don't worry. I wouldn't make you read any horror stories anytime soon. Wink wink. I can't really complain if we just stick with the romance. Okay, I'm gonna go fill up my water now, but I promise I'll be back. I'm sorry, this might hurt a little bit.